Good afternoon and welcome to TechPOS, Owner Manager Training. So today we're going to talk about the back end of the system. When we first log into the system, we're going to see the Business Insights or the dashboard page. This will give you a brief overview of your stats, who's logged in on the floor, access to our capital loan and referral program, as well as complete access to the support hub. There are a few things we can reach from absolutely anywhere in the system. First is our live chat feature here. This is directly to our support team, and we are around from 9 a.m. EST until 1 a.m. EST 7 days a week. The little gear will allow us to change our password or view our schedule if the management team uses the scheduling feature. The little house will help us flip between locations. Your staff will only see locations they have access to work at. The little clock will allow us to clock in and out of the system. We can use our employee number or our 4-digit PIN. The big black box here will take your picture as you're clocking in and out. Just clock in when we're clocking in, clock out when we're clocking out. The little megaphone will allow us to go see the new feature updates and step-by-step instructions on how to use them. The little video player will bring you to AI video support videos. They'll be different depending on the page of the system you're in, and it'll help you navigate each page. Now, let's go into the main menu. We've already talked about the Business Insight page. To talk about the POS sales page, please go check out the Bud Tender training video. Now, for the inventory section. First up is products. Products is not necessarily items you have in your system. This is your master catalog, so this is all the items you could have in your system. We can add new products to the system from here, but the way the system works, you really don't need to. The Import from Catalog button, when you hit it, it will add all of the Providence catalog items to your system, so you don't have to create them. You don't have to have the catalog or anything like that. It's all syncing from our master databases. The Sync from Catalog button will allow you to force update any of the fields on your products. As you know, over time, these things change or we're missing and are filled out later. This will sync all of the latest information into your system. Next up, we have the categories page. Again, another very simple area to the system. Your system will come with all of your basic categories. You can come in and add as many more as you'd like. Just give it a name, tell it if it's a cannabis category or not, tell it if it's refundable, and apply tax. Because of things like gift cards and our First Nation customers, tax does not automatically apply. We will have applied it for any of the categories in your system before we hand it over to you. The only other interesting thing that happens in categories is if we edit a current category. Right now we're in my beverages category, and I have a 35% price margin here. If I hit run normal mode, it will change every beverage in my system that doesn't have a current set price to a 35% price margin above its cost. If I hit run aggressive mode, it will change every item to that 35% price margin. Purchase orders is where things start to get a little more interesting. For our government purchase orders, we're going to hit the import from Excel/XML. We're going to find our ASN file or our pack list, and we're going to open it up into the system. From here, we have two options. First is to auto receive, which means we put the purchase order in, it comes in, it says closed automatically, and those products are immediately available for sale. We also have the option to manually receive, which means we put our purchase order in, it's going to come in, it's going to say open, and it's going to have this little drop down arrow here. When we click on the little drop down arrow, all of our products are going to look like these red missing ones. We're going to grab one of the Ollie sugar-free one-on-one fruit gems. We're going to hit the little drop down arrow and we're going to scan the package. I don't have any in front of me, so I'm just going to make up a lot number to go to the next page. On this page, I can update my selling price. I can update my member price, my exact THC or CBD. Min and max will generally come from the catalog if there is one. We can update the location in the store and even confirm beverage deposit amounts. We can leave notes on our products, and in the newest updates, we can also enter our terpenes, our moods, and our minor cannabinoids. Once we have all this information, we're going to hit finish, and that item is immediately available for sale. So if somebody comes in on order day and wants something down here, we can scan it out, sell them their order, and then come back and continue receiving our products. It is completely up to you if you want to auto receive or manually receive. That can be changed at any time from the admin settings page. When it comes to our accessories, we're going to use the download accessory template button to download an accessory template. It's just a simple Excel file. I'm going to open one up here to show you. If we fill this out completely, it will auto create our accessories for us, so we don't have to manually make them. We're going to fill out all of our top information, all of our file, save it, and import it. If we've had the products before, then we only need to enter the SKU, the total quantity, and the unit cost price. The rest of the information is only needed for creating the new products. Once we've filled out and saved our file, we're going to hit the import from accessory template. We also have a cannabis template for provinces that do not have ASN files or pack lists, as well as a manual purchase order. We would fill out all the top information, and then we can search our products by name or SKU to find them and add to purchase order. For this option, if the product does not already exist in the system, you will have to create new product to find it to search. Next up is the warehouse. In here, we can transfer items from storage to store to damaged. We can adjust our inventory levels. We can transfer from branch to branch, one product at a time. We can export our inventory. We can choose to include sold out products, inventory level, to group by lot or not. We can do inventory counts from here. We of course also have an audit system built right in. And when it comes to those damaged products that have come in from returns, we can come into adjust, find our damaged warehouse, tell it that we now have 0, and we can put in our return to distributor or our damaged and destroyed. If we pick damaged and destroyed, it will ask for a method of destruction and a destruction reason. All of this stuff will filter right into your federal reporting. Next up is the bulk transfer. So this would be if we want to send orders of items from one location to another. If this little need to receive arrow is clicked on, it means the other store will have to accept it before it comes in inventory. If it's off, then it will go right from inventory to inventory. We're going to select our branch, our warehouse at that branch, the branch we're sending to, our warehouse at that branch. From here, we can import products from purchase orders. We can download a template, fill it out, and import that in. We can search products to add, or we can even just scan the product in our hand and have it add to the transfer. We're going to fill out our quantities, give it any title we'd like, and hit create. This will create the transfer. Hitting transfer and confirm will complete it. This will remove the items from your inventory. Because we clicked on need to receive, there is one more step for the other store where they'll come in and hit receive and confirm. Now the products will be available at the new branch. After bulk transfer is our product hub. The product hub allows you to manipulate your data, to change your pricing, your THC, your CBD, all of that fun stuff. We can search. We can even just scan the product in our hand and it will bring us to that product on the page. We can update member pricing on an entire catalog level, on a category by category level. We can round pricing on an entire catalog level. We can also do that on an individual product level. We can change our pricing from here, both from the pricing itself or from the margin or the markup. Right now, when we first look at our product, all is selected as a lot number. So this is our total units. This is our average pricing. This is our average profit. This is our average THC. If we click on all and select a specific lot, Now we can see exactly how many we have left for that lot, the exact pricing, the exact profit, and the exact THC and CBD. This is where we can come in and enter any of this information if we decided to auto receive. We also have the option to remove items from our TV as well as our website. Items will come off automatically when you sell out, but we can turn them off early if we want to for any reason. Make sure anytime you're on this page that you are hitting save changes at the top or at the bottom before you're hitting number 2 or going anywhere else in the system. Now, the other interesting thing is if we click on our product's name. This will take us to an information overview page where we can see all of the information on the product. We can print barcode labels. We can see a nice graph showing us the last week, month, year of how this inventory has moved. We can come see any time our customers have ever ordered the product, including going right into the orders. We can see any time we've ever ordered it in our purchase orders. And we can also edit any of our product information. We can upload images, we can enter in those terpenes, moods, or minor cannabinoids if we wanted to. We can enter any of our product information, and of course, save our product. After the product hub, is the inventory audit. We can come in and start a new audit. We can give it any name we'd like. I'm going to throw in some gibberish just to go to the next page. From here, we can choose categories. We can choose brands. We can choose individual products. And again, we can just scan products in. I'm going to choose my seeds, for example, here. Now remember, I am in an owner manager account, so I see absolutely everything here. In a basic bud tender account, they will see product name, SKU, location, and the space to enter counted quantity or notes. Once we enter a number and leave the cell, it will automatically save our progress. In an owner manager account, if any numbers are different, it will signal right away for us to adjust. And selector. For Ontario, you will need to select a reason. For other provinces, you can type in whatever reason you'd like. Once we've finished, we're going to hit confirm. This is a live audit, so our expected quantity will change if any sales are made. Once we've finished the audit, we're going to hit complete. And we can, of course, download audit reports at any point in time as well. The final piece of the inventory section is the multi-store management. This will show you all of your products and all of your branches so you can compare items against each other. We can also come in and make individual branch transfers, set low stock cap warnings, and see nice little graphs and charts on what's going on and what's happening with these product levels. Now that's the inventory section. After inventory, we have vendor. First up in the vendor section is the vendor list. Don't get scared, we're not adding in every LP. We're just gonna add where we're getting our items from. So Ontario Cannabis, BCLB, ALGC, Humble and Fume, just wherever we're getting our items from. The only field that is needed is the business name, and it needs to be exactly how it's going to appear on your purchase orders. If you'd like to, you can fill out the rest of the information, of course. We also have our accessory vendor catalogs. We've recently partnered with these accessory vendors, and for these vendors, you can import their products into the system, including full descriptions and images. You can also shop on it from any of their websites with a click of a button. Next up is the user section. First up in users is member. We can download member lists from here. We can merge members from here. We can add new members from here, just like we can from the POS page. We can also come in and see any of our member detail. We can see how much they've spent, how many points or visits they have, how many completed orders they have, when they last shopped with us. We can edit their points or visits if we wanted to. We can see their order history, their total member savings, their individual order member savings, and this is all live. We can go into any of these orders. We can see any prescription history if we are a medical store, and of course any points or visit history. The TechPOS offers a few different member programs built right in. First off is our point system, where off the bat you would get 1 point per dollar spent, and there would be a divider of 100 when spending the points. You can of course change the points per dollars and the divider. We also offer a visits option where you would choose the number of visits and you would choose the discount after those visits. We also, of course, offer separate member pricing, as well as integrations with Alpine IQ and Spring Big. After the members, we have our employees. We're going to want to come in and add all of our employees in. We will need a first name, a last name, and email address. The email address must be different for everybody, as this is what we're going to use to log in. I recommend having a phone number as well for scheduling. Then of course we need the role. We do have set roles, but do not worry, on the very next page of the system, you can customize exactly what those roles do. You can choose what branches they have access to, and of course give them a password. Once we've added all of the employees in, if we click on any of our employees' names or numbers, we can see their employee ID, their 4-digit PIN, how much sales they've made, how many completed orders, when their last shift work was, a complete breakdown of all their orders, which again is live and we can go right into. And of course we can edit any of the employee information. When we hit the edit, sometimes this button's going to be here. This means that they have tried to log into their account with the wrong password too many times. We can then unlock the user and save, and they will be able to log in again. We can also reset their passwords if we'd like to. We can pick them a new password and send it. We can just pick them a new password and give it to them, or we can reset directly through email. After employees is user role. In here, you will see every role besides for the owner, and you can then come in and decide what reports they have access to, what pages of the system they have access to. Again, make sure to save, and you can decide exactly what your employees are seeing. Next up is the admin section. Admin is off the bat only visible to owners and managers. First up is the cash registers page. So when you cash in, it will open a register. When we cash out, it will put the register into closing in progress. We can then click on the little eyeball. We'll see the expected cash to be received. And generally on this line, if a cash out count was done, it will show the total they counted here. Right about here, you will see where you can come in and see who cashed in, the date, time. You'll be able to look at the exact values used for cash in or cash out if they used exact values. We can reprint cash out slips. We can reprint all receipts from the day. We can come into any of the live receipts from the day. Once we've liked that these numbers are close enough, we're going to hit verify, and this will completely close the register. If you don't want to do the extra verification process, that is perfectly fine. Just let us know and we'll change a setting in the back end to make you go right from open to closed. Shifts is much the same, except for it's talking about when we've clocked in and when we've clocked out. We can come in and look at the shift. We can see who worked, the date, the time they clocked in, the time they clocked out. If we check it off and verify, that will approve the shift. If we leave it blank and verify, since it's 1 minute long, that will disapprove the shift. All of our timesheet reports and employee hour reports have the option to be filtered by approved, disapproved, or not filtered at all if we don't want to do the extra checks. Next up is schedules. So this is where we can create employee schedules. We can see who's working, we can see their number of hours per month, we can break it down by week or day. We can set up time slots if we have the same start and end times to our shifts. And we can come in and add schedules. We can do one day, one person at a time, or we can make it repeat. We can choose the start and end dates. We can choose what days of the week that person's working. We can select time slots or start and end times. We can select what employee is working, and we can pick them a color code so that we can see them on the schedule. Once we've added all of our shifts in, we even have the option to send the schedule right through the system. You can come in, search your employees, and then we can email and text message them their schedule. This sends out the schedule for the next 2 weeks. Next up is the orders page. Orders is basically just a giant list of every order that's ever happened in your system. You can search by order number, start date, end date, the employee who made the sale, the status of the sale, and even the member name if it was sold to a member. Now the cool thing is we can come in and see any of the details, and if it was manually discounted or refunded, we can see exactly who approved the discount or refund. Marketing allows you to send emails or text messages to your customers. We can include images, hyperlinks, anything we'd like. Emails you can just send right away. For text messaging, you will need to create an account with Twilio and enter your Twilio credentials. We do not charge for this service, but Twilio does have a usage fee. And finally is our settings page. We can choose how much sales team can discount. We can change that default cash in amount. When we get to our cash in amount plus our cash drop amount, it will signal for your bud tenders to drop the drop amount. So we can set this right where we want it, or we can set it up really high and forget about it if we don't do cash drops at our store. This part is mostly the legal information that you don't really want to change. Ontario hash keys, of course. This would be for their automatic reporting. This will not be here for other provinces. You can choose some of your options here, so you can turn off your PO auto receive, decide if discounts or refunds need approval. We can lock our store outside of certain hours, and we can turn on the POS pin. The POS pin allows you to be able to switch between users with just a pin, so you can have multiple bud tenders using one POS and still track exactly who's doing what sales. We have our info settings that you can change at any point in time. This filters into your receipt, into your web, pretty much everywhere. So you can just change your information in one spot and it will update for you. We can customize our receipts, what shows on them, the text, how many copies print. If we want no copies to auto print, we can change it to a 0. And again, for Ontario, we do have the AGCO federal report information so that this can automatically fill into your report, and the only thing you will need to do is answer the 6 yes or no questions and submit. Next up is the report section. We're not going to go through every single report or we will be here for quite some time. All of our reports have a little breakdown of what's happening in the report, as well as options to view it and download it. We have reports to show you pretty much anything you can think of, your sales broken down by pretty much everything. We have your different cash reports, your employee reports, including your bud tender average sales, which will show you transaction times, transactions per hour, and compare your bud tenders against each other. Your tax reports, your many different inventory reports, including your reorder report. Your different consolidated reports, including your end of day report, budget planning, Sigma, IRCC, our member reports, and our destroyed product report. This is not where you will find your actual compliance report. To find your actual compliance report, you will go under government compliance, put in the year, the month, the branch, and download the report. After reports, we have pricing. As a retail location, you will not use measurement and matrix settings. Those are for our First Nation or medical customers that get big bags of product and break it down within the system. Tax settings, again, you really won't need. This would be to make a new tax bracket. Now, campaigns, combos, and customized discounts are when we're starting to talk about the fun stuff. This is putting items on sale. For campaigns, we can come in and add new. We can give it any name we'd like. We can decide if it's a recurring sale or a one-time sale. We can pick start and end dates. We can pick what days of the week it's active and even what times of day. So we can have early bird sales or 420-hour sales. We can decide if it's a % off or a dollar value and exactly what it is. We can make it for members only, or we can exclude our members because they get special member pricing. We can make it online only, and in the newest update, we can also make it in store only. You can then come in and choose entire product categories from your POS, individual products, or a mix of both. As long as it is active and within date, it will show up both online and in store. We can make it inactive if we just don't want it for a little while. We can also delete it right off the homepage if we're completely done with it. For our combos, in the bud tender training video, you will see exactly how to use the combos on the POS screen. But for making combos, we can come in, give it a name, one set price. We can still pick start date and end dates, days of the week, times of day. But then we're going to come in and choose 2 or more individual items for the one set price. So this is where we could make mystery baskets, holiday baskets, really anything we want to tie together to help move items that aren't moving too well. And of course, our customized discounts. Customized discounts can be used by your employees, not just the management team. Here you can come in and make discounts. You can decide if it's a dollar value or a % and exactly what that is. We can save there, and that can be the end of it. Or we can add in promotion codes and minimum amounts to spend the promotion codes. Then they can also be used on the TechPOS web store. Preferences allows us to set your devices up to reach the POS page, as well as to select what payment options will be available. The web menu allows you to control and customize your web page. First up is the online orders list. In the online orders list, we can hit detect new orders, and this will cause a ticket to print out anytime you get a new online order. We also have the option to print tickets individually, as well as come in and see exactly what's included in the order and any details to it. At the top of your shop page, there will be some writing. This is what we call store rules. This is where you can say anything you'd like to say to your customer at the top of that shop page. We can come in and make as many rules as we want. Names of the rule will be bold writing. Lines of content will be a normal size writing. We can use copy and paste emoji sites to add in bits of color, symbols. If the rule is active, it will show on web. If it is inactive, it will not show. Any changes you make here, just refresh your web page, and those changes will show on the web page as well. After the writing on the top of your shop page, next would be your line of categories across the top. We can edit those in the menu category list. Your system will come with the basic categories already added, but we can come in and add as many more as we'd like. Again, we can choose entire product categories from the POS, individual products, or a mix of both. Any status active categories will show on your website, any not will not. After the categories, we have carousels. These are where you can show off items to your customer and decide what's really displayed on that home page of your shop page. In the carousel list, we can come in, give it a name, give it a description. We can add start date and end dates. And again, we can choose entire product categories, individual products, or a mix of both. Once we've added all of our carousels, and for our carousels, we can name them anything we want and can use copy and paste emoji sites to add in bits of color and symbols. Once we've added all of our carousels, we're going to go to the order setting page, where we can then check them off. Anything checked off in green is going to show, any of the grays are not. We can also use the little arrows here to put them in whatever order we'd like. Once we've made any changes, we want to save at the bottom, refresh our web page, and we'll see them all right away. The final thing for our web menu is the UI settings. In here, you can enter in color codes to change your headers, put in your advanced header notes. We can do the same thing with our body and our button colors. We can choose between endless scrolling and flipping pages. We can enter in as advanced footers as we'd like. We can completely customize delivery if we offer this option. We have simple delivery options. We have more advanced delivery options where you can pick cost and distance steps so that it will charge more based on how much further your driver's going. We also have delivery zones where you can pick different cities to deliver for different pricing. We can customize our store rule, coloring, and sizing. We can turn on or off in-store or online payment at any time. If our store is set up for it, we can enable curbside pickup or drive-through. If we're in a province that allows shipping of cannabis, we can add in the shipping settings as well. We also offer integrations with Matul for shipping as well. The final little bit of the system is our video support videos. These are made by me, so they're much like the training you just went through, teaching you how to use all of the different pages of the system. Our support hub, with our new feature list again, our knowledge base that's filled with videos and articles and all sorts of stuff to teach you how to do anything in the system. Our ticket portal, where you can submit concerns, feature requests you'd like to see. Our contact us, where you can reach out to your support team, the account management team. I hope you enjoyed our training here today, and if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to the support team through the little chat here, through our support email, or through the support hotline. I hope you have a wonderful day.